Imagine waking up to the news that the woman who walked away from royal life is now asking for a part-time pass back in. Yes, Meghan Markle wants back in, but only partially. The Duchess of Sussex, once dubbed the modernizing force the monarchy desperately needed, has stunned the UK and beyond with her newest declaration. I want to be a part-time royal. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Not full-time. Not fully gone, but somewhere royally in between. Cue the pearl-clutching headlines, furious op-eds, and endless Twitter threads. Because if there's one thing Brits love more than tea, it's a proper royal scandal served hot. So what does Meghan really want? Why now? And what does this mean for the future of the monarchy, Harry, and, perhaps most deliciously, the Sussex brand? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the twisty tale of modern monarchy, Hollywood ambition, and what happens when royalty tries to freelance. Wait, she wants what? Breaking down Meghan's shock move. Let's rewind. It's been nearly 5 years since Meghan and Harry dropped their now legendary Megxit bombshell and packed their royal bags for Montecito. They said they wanted peace, privacy, space to raise their children out of the relentless UK spotlight. And now? Meghan has allegedly voiced her desire to return, not fully, mind you, but as a part-time working royal. Think of it like being a royal contractor. Pop in for the major events. Skip the day-to-day grind. Smile for the cameras at Trooping the Color, but dodge the hundreds of charity visits or uncomfortable Commonwealth tours. It's a bold request. A staggering one, really. Because the monarchy is not a side hustle. There's no gig economy for duchesses. So what's behind this royal rebrand? And more importantly, what on earth does Buckingham Palace think about it? You can't Netflix and Crown, the clash of two worlds. There's a reason the monarchy doesn't do part-time titles. When the Sussexes initially stepped down, it wasn't without drama. They wanted to be financially independent, yes, but they also hoped to retain certain royal privileges, like keeping HRH titles, still representing the Queen, using Frogmore Cottage as a base. Oh, and simultaneously launching multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify. In short, they wanted the crown without the crown's restrictions. But the Queen said no. In that infamous, you're either in or you're out moment, Meghan and Harry were told they couldn't straddle two worlds. Now, with Charles on the throne, it seems Meghan is testing those boundaries again. So what's changed? Timing is everything. Why Meghan might want back in, sort of. Let's consider the backdrop here. Meghan and Harry's media ventures, Spotify, Netflix, etc., have had mixed results. The Archewell Foundation has faced scrutiny over transparency and productivity. Meghan's podcast, Archetypes, was canceled after just one season. Netflix is reportedly putting pressure on the Sussexes to deliver compelling, royal-adjacent content. It doesn't take a palace strategist to notice that public interest in the Sussexes has cooled, especially in the US. Meanwhile, the royals, Kate, William, and yes, even Camilla, are enjoying a resurgence of public support in the UK. So what's the best way to reignite brand Sussex? Reattach, however loosely, to the royal mystique. A part-time royal role would offer Meghan the prestige, pageantry, and platform, without the full-time scrutiny or expectation. Smart? Maybe. Savvy? Absolutely. But the palace has never played well with halfway measures. Not how this works, darling. The palace's likely response. If Meghan expected an enthusiastic royal welcome, she may want to brace herself. Because according to insiders, the reaction behind palace walls was anything but warm. One aide reportedly rolled their eyes and said, "This isn't Hollywood. You don't get to do cameo appearances in the firm." Another, more bluntly, "She wants the tiara without the duty." Oof. But it's not just about resentment or royal pride. There's also precedent. Allowing Meghan to return part-time opens the door for others to demand similar arrangements. Imagine Princess Eugenie asking for a hybrid model. Or Prince Andrew, heaven forbid, claiming he's ready to do selective engagements. The monarchy thrives on consistency and control. A part-time duchess doesn't exactly fit the mold. The public is divided and loud about it. In true UK fashion, the public reaction has been nothing short of passionate. Online forums exploded. Morning talk shows couldn't stop debating. And the comment sections? Brutal. Here's a sampling of British sentiment. Left speech bubble, you can't cherry-pick royal life like a brunch menu. Left speech bubble, she left. She should stay gone. Left speech bubble, it's clear they missed the prestige. America just doesn't treat them like royalty. Left speech bubble, honestly? Let her back. At least she made things interesting. Of course, not everyone is opposed. Some younger royal watchers see it as a chance to modernize the institution. Bring it into the 21st century. Make royal roles more flexible, dynamic, and diverse. But others say, once you walk away from the throne, you don't get to come back and sit on the armrest. But what about Harry, the prince in the middle? This announcement has left many wondering, where does Prince Harry stand in all this? And here's the thing, he may not be entirely on board. Sources close to the couple suggest Meghan is the one pushing the part-time royal narrative, while Harry is more focused on their California life, his Invictus Games legacy, and navigating the choppy waters of familial estrangement. But as always, Harry is caught in the crossfire. On one side, his birthright and the family he's trying to reconnect with, however awkwardly. On the other, the woman he gave it all up for, and who now wants partial access to the institution they both once rejected. It's a recipe for royal whiplash. And the emotional toll? That's a whole other story. Could this actually work? The case for a modern royal freelance model. Before we dismiss Meghan's idea entirely, let's consider the possibilities. What if the monarchy did evolve? What if part-time roles allowed working royals to blend traditional service with modern careers? The benefits could include white heavy checkmark attracting younger, more diverse royals to stay involved. White heavy checkmark reducing the taxpayer burden of full-time roles. White heavy checkmark expanding the monarchy's influence across cultures and industries. White heavy checkmark allowing ex-royals to re-engage in limited ways without full security risks. It's not an entirely crazy idea. In fact, some Commonwealth countries have experimented with hybrid ceremonial roles. And in a world where remote work and gig models dominate, perhaps even the monarchy isn't immune to evolution. But tradition? Tradition is a stubborn beast. Meghan's Hollywood reality check, the difference between glamour and gravitas. One of the biggest criticisms of Meghan's announcement is that she misunderstands what it means to be royal. Yes, it's glamorous at times, but it's also rigid, repetitive, unforgiving. You can't just show up when it's convenient and skip the rest. Diana, for all her charisma, knew the weight of duty. So does Kate, whose picture-perfect smiles hide a punishing schedule. Even Camilla, once a public villain, has spent years proving she understands the crown's responsibilities. Meghan? Many argue she never fully accepted the work part of being a working royal. That's the paradox. She wants the impact, the global platform, the royal clout, but on her terms. And the monarchy, famously, doesn't bend to terms. It sets them. What happens next? The scenarios that could unfold. Let's game this out. Here are 3 potential outcomes following Meghan's part-time royal bombshell. Scenario 1. The palace flatly denies her request. Most likely, Charles is said to be firm on keeping a slimmed-down monarchy. No part-time positions. No royal freelancers. This keeps things clean, but risks inflaming tensions again. Scenario 2. A one-time exception is quietly granted. Unlikely, but if the palace sees value, PR, Commonwealth outreach, public goodwill, they may allow Meghan to attend select events, with strings attached. Think, 1 royal tour per year, no commercial deals attached, and no HRH usage. Scenario 3. The Sussexes rebrand again, this time with a royal twist. Perhaps this was never about truly returning, but about regaining relevance. Expect a new docuseries, book, or podcast themed around reclaiming heritage, reinventing royal service, or the modern Duchess. A little royal bait goes a long way in the content world. Actionable takeaways for you. Yes, you. From this royal roller coaster. So, what can we learn from Meghan's bold ask? Green Circle know when to leave the table and when to stay gone. If you walk away from a job, a relationship, or a commitment, be sure you're ready to lose what comes with it. Green Circle brand power is real, but it fades. Even the most attention-grabbing personas need strategy, consistency, and reinvention. Green Circle don't mix prestige with performance unless you're ready to perform. Wearing a crown is easy. Wearing the responsibility that comes with it? Not so much. Green circle, pick your lane. Or at least be honest about your hybrid model. In a world full of side hustles and digital nomads, boundaries still matter, especially when your brand is tied to a centuries-old institution. Final thoughts: a duchess at the crossroads. Meghan Markle's part-time royal request may have stunned the UK, but it reveals something bigger than one woman's royal ambitions. It spotlights the age-old tension between tradition and reinvention, prestige and privacy, crown and content. Whether you admire Meghan's hustle or roll your eyes at her timing, one thing is clear: she knows how to command a headline. And in the ever-evolving saga of royalty meets Hollywood, there's always another chapter just around the corner. Will the palace respond? Will Meghan double down? Will Harry speak up? Or will the firm quietly ice her out again? Whatever happens next, one thing's certain: you'll be watching. We all will. What do you think? Should Meghan be allowed to return as a part-time royal? Would a hybrid monarchy modernize the institution or water it down? Drop your thoughts below. Debate is welcome. Tea is optional. Backhand index pointing right, and don't forget to share this article with your favorite royal watching friend or foe, because nothing brings people together like a little royal drama.